ladies of the night, a prostitution ring.
Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. Someone send this to my email for me to react to. So here I go. This one is Gene Deal. Gene Deal. He's supposedly Diddy's bodyguard, right? So he has inside information. He may be the inside man himself. So, but we're not believing everything he say because everything is allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. The man is still in court, so let the court decide. But we all know that Diageo, they own the court system. That's the real problem, right? They've been knowing Diddy been doing this for years. Do I support what did he do? Probably not. No. That some of the women that was around, did they want to do those things? Probably so. Are some people just opportunists and they want to see Diddy fall? Probably so. So it's a lot of nuances that's really happening, right? It's a lot of nuances that's really happening. But I begin to think, y'all heard what Gene just said. I begin to think. Now, everything starts from the root. Diddy was raised in a single mother household. So I see why he had that bad boy behavior because it's a direct linkage to the single mothers. Now, I was also told that, the escort business and or the modeling agencies, that's a cover up for women selling Cucciano. It's a big cover up. Not saying that all agency does it, but just think about it, right? Just think about it. But let me let Gene explain. Watch this.
Too, or these ladies was doing things other than modeling. So the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Nice.
Yeah. So now you got to understand this and looking at her and some of the stuff that he was saying, and their relationship has changed since I knew them, since I was around them. You understand? This man was talking about that his mother could take her palms and bend over and put them down on the floor. Not bend.
I'm not gonna lie, that struck me to be so weird. Why would you put your mother in that limelight? Your mother can bend over and touch her knees on the floor. Being that old, to me, that's hoish behaviors, if you ask me. Now, we're adults now. When you're younger, you look at your mother, oh, that's my mother. I can't put nothing past her. But as an adult, you begin to think. I mean, woman is her name. She is a female. She does have female tendencies. So what was the dynamics between the son and the mother? Because that could make everything make sense. What was the dynamics? Did he have a childhood, or did he have to hurry up and grow up? Because a lot of people that's like that, to me, are mentally ill. They're always trying to relive the past, relive this, relive that. You missed out on so much. So let me know your thoughts and your opinion. What do you think about this?
Over, but she could stand straight up and put her palms on the floor, bruh.
Wow.
He's saying that about his mother. Who describes any of their mother actions like that in a sexual way? And then, I don't know how many dudes do kiss their mother in their mouth when they 50, 60 years old or something like that. That's them.
I don't. And that's another red flag to me too. Now, like I said, when you're younger, everyone's innocent until proven guilty, correct? Your mother still talking to men. You don't know what your mother did last night. Maybe kiss on the cheek, but on the lips, that's a little bit too far. That's a little bit way too far. And then his mother also wore the prostitution nails. Them clear French tips. The French tips. The wee wee. I call it the wee wee. Right? Smash the like button if you agree. Now, I'm not saying that his mother did all these things, but if I'm just sitting back relaxing and putting these pieces of the puzzle together, something ain't right. That's one hell of a dynamic to have with your mother. Too close for me. Too close for me. Too close off the girlfriend vibe. Too close. And did he get his pimp game from the mother? Maybe so. Maybe so. But let's continue, Gene. You got the floor.
Them, that's their whole thing, man. But that was a little kind of weird for me.
Me too.
And then his mother wore the same white fingernail polish that Cassie described that he liked to see her and other models in when she was describing her lawsuit. And what's crazy to me is that, man, it seemed like him and his mother had this
weird relationship.
I don't want to get too deep, man. This Oedipus complex thing.
You know what it probably was? Maybe he was a son husband. Because mostly mothers, I notice when they don't speak of the father in a positive limelight, right? They use their sons as a substitute. And to me, they betify. They make their sons less masculine by doing these things, right? This is how you're supposed to treat a woman. This is this, this is that. Now, a woman can raise a boy. She cannot raise a man. You need both dynamics. You need your father there because that's a check and balance. That's where to say, hold on, maybe I'm going too far to the left. You need someone to say no. Hey, son, you may be going a little bit far to the left. You might want to chill out. You might want to look at it like this instead of being so emotional. You might want to have some emotional intelligence because nowadays, everybody crash dummies to me. They lack emotional intelligence. That needs to be a class. That needs to be a schooling. That needs to be someone, a tutor or mentor on that because that can save or break your whole life. Let me repeat, that can either save you or it can break you. But let's continue. Let's continue. Gene, you got the floor.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people going to say, yo, Oedipus complex. Well, let me just tell you a brief story so you'll know.
Yeah.
Oedipus it may have been Greek mythology or it was probably Greek mythology or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's a story about a young man that was told that he was going to kill his father and marry his mother.
Would you be interested in collecting 5-figure paychecks for
kind of too deep? You want to kill the father? Whew. Ooh, hold on. That's one hell of a story. You're going to kill the father and do what? And impregnate the mother? My God, what type of legacy do you want to set?
This young man had grown up, you know, he didn't know that he was an orphan and then was adopted by a family. He thought the family he was with was his mother and father, but it wasn't. So on the way to this town, he gets into an argument with this other man and he kills him. He kills that man. Then he goes into that town. A lady is weeping about her husband, being told that her husband was dead, and he ended up marrying that lady, which was his mother. So Sigmund Freud came up with this thing about this Oedipus complex, about a sexual relationship, whether it's physical or mental, with a mother and a son. So I'm looking at his mother and him on the couch, and both of them are getting IVs after one of the Diddy parties.
Oh, nah, dog. Oh, no. That means maybe his mother was in one of them rooms too, or one of the dungeons. Maybe, because what the hell you getting an IV for with your son? What did you participate in? That's one hell of participation. What did you participate in for you to be getting IV? How was your night last night? What happened last summer? This looking real disgusting to me. And if you don't have no respect for your mother, you wonder why you're so cursed. Have some form of respect for her. Draw a line in the sand like, Ma, I know that you want to hang around us. You probably talking to one of my friends or XYZ, but you can't be around us. You got to live your life. You can't live my life. Yours is over with. Hang it up. Go in the house. What are you doing still out? Past 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I thought the OT people, they go in the house before darkness touch. 8, 9 o'clock. What is she still doing now? Is she trying to keep up? Is she trying to creep up? Or girls just want to have fun? What y'all think? Put a 1 in the chat if you think the mother was involved or orchestrating these females to go to Diddy's house, allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. Put a 2 in the chat if you be like, she just wanted to have fun. Put a 3 in the chat if you believe that she's a gunner. Meaning that she's down with everything. She's part of the freak off. She need an IV. She need everything. You think she was messing with the Stussy? Or the Stussy? What they call these things? The pink cocaine? Y'all think she was messing with that? Running wild, heart racing, and everything else? Leave your thoughts down below. This is allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly.
Allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there and I didn't know. But they showed them both getting IVs on the couch. So my whole thing about this thing is that
Jane, I got that video. I'm going to show that video next. So we're going to go through TikTok and we're just going to scroll. We're just going to scroll through TikTok and we're going to see what's really going on.
I'm not saying that she was ever at a freak off. She was ever at that type of party. But you can't tell me Miss Janice Combs, who was always at the regular parties,
wasn't there,
didn't know nothing about the freak off parties. This is the same dude, bruh, that used to disrespect his mother.
Damn.
So I seen the love now that they have for each other only on film and camera.
So basically, it was another traumatic bond. Never have a traumatic bond with your mother. Let me tell you, don't ever have a traumatic bond, not even with your mother, with your friends, with your girlfriends, with whatever you want to call it. Don't have a traumatic bond, because what I see and I observed, right? That's like trying to put out fire with fire. It's never going to work. Let me repeat. You cannot put out fire with fire. You need to do the total opposite. Where's the water? Where's the agua? You know, some people like traumatic relationships, but to me, nothing comes from a traumatic relationship. Look at Romeo and Juliet, for example. One had the poison, the other one poisoned. Both of them dead. No one lived to tell the story. That's a traumatic relationship. People putting their hands on their girl, putting their hands on their mother, putting their hand. Then what precedence does that set? Like, you're literally cursing yourself. Your mother got the Jew on you. She got the woo on you. Where you wonder why you stuck. Emotionally, spiritually. Now you're fighting now. Now at night, you just fighting your demons. No, avoid that. As a man, you don't have to do all of that, right? As a man, you should never be in a traumatic relationship. It doesn't end well. It never did. It's either going to end by jail or death. I'm just saying.
You know, on the YouTube or Instagram or wherever they were showing and stuff like that. But this the same guy that Kirk Burrows once told me he slapped his mother. What? And I told everybody,
Pause. You did what to your mom? Slap your mother? Like, who are you to slap your mother? Like, that's the ultimate disrespect. This the lineage that got you here. The mother and the father, the X and the Y. And you smack your mother? That's totally disrespect. As far as morals and principles, I cannot rock with you. You're cursed, literally. And you're creating your own curse at that. What sense does that make? See, sometimes you have to have emotional intelligence and know how to. You can either infuse a situation, right? Or escalate a situation, or you can dilute a situation. You can defuse the situation. Learn both tactics, because it's the time to turn up. It's the time to protect yours. It's the time to be on man time. It's the time to defend. It's the time to put your life on the line, right? but learn when to do these things. Because if you can't depict when and how and where to do these things, that's going to be the end of you. That's wild to me. Would y'all put your hands on y'all mother? Leave them comments down below. I wouldn't dare. I would walk out. Now, I know some mothers, they are handsy. They are vicious with the words, vicious with the tongue. I get all of that. But as man, you can't allow her to erode your emotional intelligence or for you to get out of control. That's what kids do. See, you swimming in the emotional sea, and most people going to drown off the sea. I tell a woman, look, I can't live in emotional water. That's your territory. That's your playground, right? When I come to swim, I come to swim like Michael Phelps. You might want to call for help, right? But when I come to swim, though, I come to swim, do my laps, and then I'm out, right? I'm not trying to stay in there. I'm not trying to be in there. You know, I'm trying to use that percentage of my brain, which we do have an emotional side of your brain. But ultimately, I want to be on the logical side. I don't want to be in the sea. I will rather much be on the land where I have control of myself and where you can come to play. That'd be the smart thing to do. But when you go and you try to battle a woman's emotions, if you are a man, I'm trying to tell you, one thing for certain, two things for sure. You are going to drown. You can go snorkeling all you want. You can go snorkeling all you want to. Eventually, you're going to have to come up and get some air. You're going to have to hit land. And that's when men survive at, on the land. You go swimming in that water and you see what happens. Why do you think mermaids is in the water? They not on what? Land. It's for a reason. It's for a reason. So I would never be in competition with a woman, especially in the water. I wouldn't be in competition with women at all, right? Once you know who you are as a man, you know. You a leader, the woman's supposed to follow. Anything else that they're trying to push on you ain't true. Oh, we can be equal. How? Where? You can be my partner. Where do you get that word partner from? Do you even know what you're saying? How can we be partner? We ain't in no type of business together. What partner? No, you cannot be my partner. With the fellas, it's a whole different situation. You can be a partners with the fellas because you know you might needs to get some things done. But never be a woman's partner, and don't swim in the emotional ocean. The emotional roller coaster. Y'all know the song. Don't swim in that emotional roller coaster. You will drown. Smash that like button if you agree. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
I'd known he slapped his mother after I told Kirk Burroughs. Kirk told me after I straightened his ass out for cussing his mama out. His mother came in the limousine and he was on the phone and she said, yo, why don't you tell these people like that? And he just cussed her clean out like on some, didn't I tell you to stay out my motherfucking business? And I was like, yo, I was shocked. She didn't say.
Pause. Why do you have the audacity to curse at your mother? Who are you? Only bastard childs do that. Why do you have an audacity to curse at your mother, to belittle your mother? Now, I'm not saying you don't have some wicked women out here, some wicked witches out here. I'm not saying that. But you got to learn how to deal with them. Yeah, you have all sorts of things out here. All sorts of sorcery. Don't let it overcome you, because then you're going to be looking at yourself, right? Say, for instance, your mother was to pass tomorrow. Diddy's mother was to pass tomorrow. See, it's good to fix things while you're here on this realm. I'm not saying there's not any other realm, but while you're here on this realm, because when she go, that's when you're going to feel the pain. That's when you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, what have I done? You begin to question yourself, who am I? Why did I let these demons take control of me when you're supposed to have control of your demons? It's a time to be, it's a time to summon them. It's a time not to. You can call them demons. Some people call them angels. Whatever you want to call them. I call it the forces, right? It's a time to summon them. It's a time not to. Pick and choose. You got to learn when to summon which one and how. Most people don't even know that. I was always told this is a time and place for everything. Sometimes you got to play the fool to catch the wise man. And most of the time I play the fool just to look and observe, jot it down. Oh, won't forget. Remember this? You remember that? You remember that? Ooh, okay. Because if somebody going to strike, I look at it like it's like chess. If I'm going to strike, it's going to be very strategic. I'm not going to play while I play. While I play, it's going to be very strategic. You're not going to expect anything. I'll probably be in Florida somewhere, drinking some water because I don't drink. I was about to say drinking a pina colada. How would you ever know? But anyway, on that note, smash that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning, it's not the end. Don't do that to your mother.
Say nothing. I said to him, I said, yo, boy, let me tell you something. If you ever cuss your mama again, I'm going to beat the shit out you.
As you should.
You ain't going to bring nothing but bad luck to us treating your mama like that.
Run that back again. You ain't going to bring nothing but bad luck. Bad karma. It's called the juju. It's called, you can call it orbia. It's called what the Haitians call it, voodoo or the voodoo. You ain't bring nothing but bad luck upon yourself, and you wonder why everything you touch ain't golden. Everything you touch is broken. Because you're broken. So fellas, let this be an example. Don't ever swim in a woman abyss. You will lose. And then when karma come and get you, because it always do. And think about karma, I noticed that it may not get you. It may get somebody beside you, next to you, in front of you, your kids, or they get somebody. Well, one thing, them energies, remember, energy don't die. It recirculate. Just gonna circulate right back onto you. You wonder why your life ain't going the way you want it to go. It's cursed. Crazy to me. Hey, Diddy, you wild.
So I guess he ain't treating his mama like that no more. But I don't have no qualms in her defending her son.
Oh.
I don't have no qualms in her defending.
I think she did the right thing. Like, I mean, mama's gonna ride or die for you, no matter if you treat them wrong or right. They're gonna make sure you get out. That's what love is. But if that's what love is, my God, my fathers, do y'all agree? I don't think there's nothing wrong with her saying her son ain't do nothing, even if she know her son did something. My son ain't do nothing. Now you got to hold someone accountable. Who's held accountable? Because it seemed like it was just more than her son to me. This was orchestrated. One person can't pull this off. Let me repeat. One person cannot pull all of these things off. One person cannot pull this off. It was a conglomerate of people that made sure that these things didn't either hit the media, hit the news. Look what happened to Eric Adam in New York right now. Look what happened to Jaguar right now. Look what happened to allegedly, hypothetically, Jay-Z, Beyonce right now. Look at Usher coming out. Look at Justin Bieber coming out. All them songs, and say it all. I read those words. I said, God, everything hit different now when you know something. That man was crying for help. He was basically saying there's no one to go to let these people know what's really going on. So I got to put it in my music and in my song, and people still don't get it. It's probably was driving this man ballistic. Pain. And I was so hurt people. Diddy was probably hurt. Who did what to Diddy? That's the question I want to know, because go back to the root of the issue. What happened to Diddy? Was he touched? Was he molested? His mother was single, so you could say that sometimes she had to go to work, she had to do this, she had to do that, which leaves the kids home vulnerable or on the streets vulnerable. So who groomed him? Leave those thoughts down below. Who y'all think groomed him and why? And where's his groom at? It's like a dog. Where's the groom at? Take him to his groom. He need a haircut. Take him to his groom. Where's groom at? Who y'all think is Diddy's groom? Epstein's and all of them? Like who? Allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly who? My God.
Defending her son. You got to understand that, man. Miss Janice Combs been around for a long time, and she's a trendsetter. Where you think Little Kim, Mary J. Blige, and the rest of them get that blonde hair from? She popped up in the club with the blonde hair, the nails, the eyelashes, way before they was doing it. You know, people used to think that she was Lil' Kim mama, or Lil' Kim was trying to be her daughter, because they used to say they look alike.
Stop telling people.
That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. They used to think that she, hold on, that's crazy to me. What y'all think about that? Who was the fashion trend? Did she set the whole thing up? She probably did, because she was most likely she was ahead of her time. You know, most likely she was ahead of her time. So let's get back to it. Most likely she was ahead of her time.
So I guess he ain't treating his mama like that no more. But I don't have no qualms in her defending her son. I don't have no qualms in her defending her son. You got to understand that, man. Miss Janice Combs been around for a long time, and she's a trendsetter. Where you think Little Kim, Mary J. Blige, and the rest of them get that blonde hair from? She popped up in the club with the blonde hair, the nails, the eyelashes, way before they was doing it. You know, people used to think that she was Lil' Kim mama, or Lil' Kim was trying to be her daughter.
You can't catch a female nowadays in 2024. You cannot catch a female without the wink, wink, think that make you want to blink, blink, right? You can't catch them without it. And I don't understand. Now, I guess beauty is beauty. I ain't supposed to understand these type of things, right? I guess that's for the females. But I'll be looking at it long term. Man, they put them glue things on their eyes there so much that in 10 years, they don't have no more eyebrows on their eyes. Not even eyebrows. They don't have no eyelashes on their natural eyelashes. You'd be like, damn, you did all of that to not have nothing at all? Just remain natural for all of that. But, you know, you put on makeup, you put on everything else. You'd be like, is that who you really are? I look at every woman like they coming at you fake. The fake hair, the fake lashes, the powdered face, the fake body, the fake tits, the fake ass, the fake everything. You'd be like, God damn, like what's real about you? I mean, if it's a snake, ain't it? I'm just saying, but beauty is beauty. Sometimes you like all of that. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you know, you like, we're very visual. So we like what look good. You know, some people like what look natural though. You know, so it's all on the eye of the beholder, right? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Because they used to say they look alike. But I don't have no qualms in her defending her son. That's what she's supposed to do, man.
Facts.
And if she didn't, I would look different at her.
Facts.
And, you know, like I said, I don't blame her, man. You know, I really don't blame her. I remember a time like, and this when I stopped working for Diddy, is that we was in the office and she's just come at me, and it wasn't in a way in which you do and a person that's there to protect your son. You know what I'm saying? She's just always bothered me for whatever reason. You know, people laugh and joke and say that when I say this back in the day, you know, I'm 6'7", 30 in the waist, handsome in the face. You understand? She used to come at me a certain way that it made Puff real mad this particular day. And I don't know what happened. I'm outside the office and he got Justin there. So my responsibility is him and Justin, right. Nobody else.
Curious.
I don't give a what goes on in that office, what happens, stuff like that. My responsibility is him and Justin. That's it. Now they got interns, they got everybody walking around the office the whole 9 yards. She said, yo, Gene, I need you to go to my car. I said, go to your car. She said, yeah, I got some food in my car. I want you to go get it. I said, I'm not here for that. That ain't what I ain't here for that. I'm not going to get your food. She was like, why everybody do what I tell them to do except you? I said,
because you're an independent thinker and you think, and that's not what you was there for. How am I gonna get your food? I'm supposed to secure everything. So what you trying to line your son up? Like, how am I supposed to allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly? How am I gonna get your food, man? Right? Because that's what you want me to do. But you're not thinking about what I came here to do. I ain't mad at Gene for that. So that woman, look.
Say, because I don't work for you.
Facts.
I said, I don't work for you. Why are you always asking me when you got all these interns around here to do like that? And Puff must have heard some. Puff came out that door. Why you always messing with Gene? Leave Gene alone. He was talking to his mother like this. He was like, yo, leave Gene alone. You always messing with Gene. Stop it.
Maybe his mother liked them young things, because she was always around. Maybe his mother liked them young things because where was the father? Father wasn't around, so the mother had no choice. She's getting of age. She got to get in when she fit in, I guess, but not with the friends, not with the homies. Don't do what was Will Smith and Jada, right? Don't be like that, because that was disgusting to me. Imagine you and your mother, and you a guy, and the next thing you know, your mother trying to hit on one of your friends. And you can't stop it because you ain't gonna take it for her. But you like, man, you trifling. Come on, man. You disrespecting me. Now my friends are gonna say I was clapping your mom's cheeks. My God. My God, she asked me for this, she asked me for that. How would you feel as a man, morally? You begin to think, a woman, her name. But anyway, smash that like button if you agree. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit them links down below. Adding value to your life. Let's get it.
From that, and then he said, yo, Paul, figure something out. I said, he ain't got to figure nothing out. After I finished working for him, I never went back. So she was dating young guys back then.
Part of the mix.
So, that's her thing. The
red flag on the play. Red flag on the play. Timeout. Pause. The mother dating the youngins? I see why she probably had them damn freak offs. Now I'll put nothing past her. I see why she was at them freak offs now. Now it's starting to make sense. So the mother was getting her cheeks clapathon. It was a clapathon, huh? By the youngins? That's disgusting, man. It's Diddy. That's why he probably turned up. The mother probably messed him up with how he looked at women. That he's probably like, you know what? I'm tired of it. If this is what I got to go through, I'm about to solicit everybody, allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. I'm about to put everything in these baby oils, not knowing that y'all know the skin is the largest organ, right? The skin is the largest organ, in case y'all didn't know that, right? And when it absorbs things from the exterior, it goes into your interior, right? So what was in them baby oils and all of that? Drugs. Think about it. Think about it. Why would they take 1,000 of them? I really want people to think. Why would they take 1,000 of them? Leave your thoughts down below. Was it more? Riddle me this, riddle me that. Diddle me this, diddle me that. Was it more than just baby oil in the baby oil bottle? Was it adult oil? What was infused in the oil? Something euphoric? Leave your thoughts down below. A player want to know. I just want to know.
The way she dressed is not age appropriate. And I know some women gonna say, how she supposed to dress? She can dress whatever she want to. Now listen to me, man. Nah.
No. No, at a certain age, you don't need to be dressing nothing revealing, nothing this, nothing that. I ain't saying that you can't glamorize and glorify your beauty, but my God, right? Let me make an example. If you see a fireman outfit, you will assume a man in a fireman outfit, you will assume that the man is a fireman, correct? If you see a man in a police outfit or uniform, right? Better words, uniform. Is it correct to assume that that's a police officer? If you see a man in a UPS uniform, is it correct to say that he's a UPS delivery person? It's correct to say that, right? Watch this. If you see a woman in booty shorts, fishnets, titties perked up, ass out, is it correct to say that she a hoe? Now, I know I might get ridiculed for it, but hey, these are just my opinions. Don't try to crucify me for telling you what I observed. So, what's y'all thoughts on that? If the mother dressing hotter than the youngins, right? Don't it mean that she trying to be young? The mother got the blonde hair. Wink, wink, make it think, blink, blink, right? Wouldn't you say that she's trying to sway somebody? She got tight bodysuits on, high heels on. How old is the mother? About 50, 60? Damn near 70? Did he what? No, did he what, 40? 50? How old are these people? About 45, 50? They in their 50s. He had a 30-year run. They're at least 50 something. Say if they was born in the 80s. It's 2024. Let's just say that he's 54 years old. The mother had to been, okay, let's just say she had him when she was young, 20. The mother got to be like 60, 70. Wasn't the Holy Grail? It's a time and place for everything. It's also a time and place to go home. Stay out of the youngin' business just as much as the youngin' should be in the grown folks' business. You can't do everything for the rest of your life. And that's what women, y'all got to know that. Y'all can't model and strip and do all these things for the rest of your life. You know why you can't do it? Because it's going to be a baddie, a young one that look 10 times better than you, 10 times faster than you. She's going to make 10 times more money than you. She's going to take all your clients, all your sales. Then what? Knowing that mandate down. Then what? What happens when the honey run out? What happens when Queen Bee and the Beehive got to go to let somebody else become that? I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna have my mama around my friends or nobody with some come me draws on and talking about you.
She said I ain't about to have my mama around my friends with some come bust me down drawers. Come take that drawers on. I feel him on that one. Your mother X-rated for that, man. Your mother, you just put her in a house for that. What is she doing out at night with the youngins? Like, what's going on? She too friendly. Go home, mom. Mom, you try to tell my mother. First of all, my mother wouldn't be in that situation. That's the first thing. I don't hang with my mother hang. I don't do what I do around my friends that I would do around my mother. I separate all of that. It ain't none of her business. Just as much as what she do ain't none of my business. That's the respect drawn. That's like if you going and you doing everything with your mother. No. Where's the respect? At some point, it's like, hold on, mom. You my mother, but hold on, mom. Take your it's in the house. Let me know when you get in. Call me when you get in. Make sure the door locked. In fact, ain't no one to call me when you get in. Now let me go drop you off. I know you messing up my fun now, but it's okay. It's okay. I gotta make sure. Remember, you used to make sure I got home safely. Can I return the favor? Mom, Guana, your bed. What the hell are you doing out here late at night like this for? Giving street walker. What the hell, you in Houston? Walking up and down the strips like, what's going on with you? You in Vegas? That's what you thinking? You need a man that bad? Well, you should have messed up with my dad. I would have hit it with that. Or go marry somebody. Why you ain't married? Oh, you was probably too hard to deal with, huh? Oh, Papa ain't tell me that part of the story. Yeah. Now as an adult, I see why he had to leave. He probably was a mess. See, when you become an adult, you look at your parents, you look at them as an adult. You start to hold them accountable. Like, Mom, you talk like this, you act like this. What man in their right frame of mind would want to deal with you? What man in the right frame of mind want to deal with you? Probably none of them. Because if you really act like this, you're throwing me off. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know what y'all think about this. This is wild to me.
You know, she my mama. I don't give a shit. I ain't gonna be talking about my mama is bending over, putting up palms on the floor with her white fingernails.
That part.
So listen, I'm just reminiscing and thinking back, man. I could see through their whole experiences and what they've done and how they've been towards each other, back and forth, this, that, and the third, that her son is right now is in the fight for his life. You understand? But instead of being his friend, she should, or whatever she was, or however she was, she should have been a mama and checked his ass.
And that, to me, can I get a round of applause for that one? See, as parents, right? Most parents go wrong because they try to be their friend, their kid's friend. My parents wasn't my friends. They been draw the line. You got to come in at a certain time. You got to make sure you do your book reports. I need them turned in because I had to learn the English language. Let me tell y'all, it was a second language to me. I had to learn it. And certain things I couldn't say around them. Certain little things I couldn't do around them. I used to have to sneak to do this, sneak to do that. But I understand why I had to sneak. Because it's the respect that I had. See, if you don't have to sneak when you're younger to do things that you know is belligerent, knowing that you're not supposed to do it, right? But you with the fellas, you with the young girlfriends, XYZ. So you're like, hey, let me try this. But you act a different way when you was around your parents. I was that. I ain't never showed my hand around my parents. Why? It's the respect that I have for them. I'm not saying kids not gonna be kids. We are, right? But as you become an adult, you start to understand it. Like, I'm glad I ain't do this around my mom. I'm glad I ain't do this around my dad. I'm glad they wasn't my friends, because that's where discipline comes from. And a lot of people lack that. People lack discipline and wonder why they can't get anywhere, and they lack willpower. They're going to blame it on ADHD. No, you need to sit down and be disciplined. Once you're disciplined, right, you can get somewhere. Now, in this modern day, with all these kids that have all these technologies and all these distractions, ADHD gonna go up the roof. But it's not ADHD. That's not the problem. Sit them down and say, look, it's a time to be on your iPads. It's a time to be on your phone. It's a time to go read a book. It's a time to go work out. It's a time to excel. It's a time to be with your friends. It's a time to tell your friends, look, I have other obligations right now. I have to do my chores. I have to do some form of responsibility. I got to go to work. I got to cut the grass. I got to clean the pool. I got to walk the dogs. These things, these little things, right, that you implement in your kid's life will ultimately make them successful. Because when you're not there, they're going to download and remember the things that kept them in line. And I'm not, and as an adult, you should have control over your kids. Look at what world we're in today, where the media is controlling your kids. Hell, you send them to school, right? Schools and churches has been infiltrated by what? The community. You send them to these places not knowing what they learning, who's telling who. Y'all know that in California, in guys' bathroom, they have tampons for free. This isn't a guy's bathroom though. Like y'all, this drives me. It drives me crazy because everything is programming. What I'm in front of right now is a program. My grandma used to tell me when she was young, I'm about to go watch my program. I can't get that word program out of my head. We are, right, like computers. Therefore, we can be manipulated and programmed. If I wanted to be a murderer, right, I would program myself to be that. If I wanted to program and do coding, I would program myself to do that. If I wanted to be the best martial art or the best boxer or whatever you want to do, the best swimmer, whatever you want to do, I can play chess. You have to program yourself in order to do these things, right? So everything is a program. The program that they running on earth right now, my God, my Father, wicked. Smash that like button if you agree. You telling me that you had tampons in the boys' bathroom? So what you trying to do? Emasculate all the boys? What? You telling me that your kids can change their gender without your permission? Like, who in the hell would give a kid's more right than the parents? Only something wicked and demonic. Smash that like button if you agree. Why are the kids telling the parents what to do instead of the parents telling the kids what to do? And if the parents tell the kids what to do, then the kid can say, you know what? I don't like my household. Take me to the foster kid. Now that's no good. You know what? They say I can't change my gender. Please, somebody go arrest my dad for saying that I can't do this, I can't do this. Ma'am, little kids, little boys, little girls, your mind isn't developed yet for you to even have make an educated decision. So why are they trying to infiltrate a soft mind? I don't find that to be sick. That's sick to me. My motto is leave the kids down. Because guess what? The kids are the future. So why would you play around with the kids like that? That's some sick. It's literally sick. Let the kids be kids. They got the rest of their life to be adults. Smash that like button if you agree. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's go.
When he was doing all that dirty shit, and when he was doing all that shit that he was doing and he's been accused for. And that's what it.
That was a good one. That was a good one, right? That was a good one. Now we're gonna hit the TikTok because I like doing we're gonna hit the TikTok real quick. Let me stop sharing that screen. We're gonna hit the TikTok real quick. Leave them thoughts down below. Don't forget to I'm gonna leave some links down below at the end of the video. Don't forget to get the EMF protectors, the electromagnetic frequency. You know, cancer is all around us, from the phones to the TVs to the Wi-Fi. It's things. Remember, you can only see 10% of the things in front of you, which means that we all are blind, right? We all are really blind. So make sure you're protecting yourself against those harmful rays. I'm gonna leave that link down below. You need some business funding. You need to check up on your credit and let me know what other things. I had a couple of people email me saying that they want maybe some type of guy facial products, and or I'm about to do the beard thing, right? My beard's about to get wicked. It's coming on in, but I also got a sponsorship with them. So we're going to leave that link down below too as well. That's for the fellas. And ladies, get it for the fellas if you want your man to look good, be good, part of the Wolfgang thing. Make sure his face look good and all that. And ladies, what products y'all want me to sell for y'all? Like I can make sure that you have whatever you need. Just let me know. Shoot me an email. Let me know. Y'all want the whatever you want. I can get it. That's all I'm saying. I can get a sponsorship. This is off the email. This is off the affiliate marketing ambassador. People like what I do. So, hey, let's get it. Now, let's go to the TikTok. Can y'all see? Let me know if y'all can see the screen. Y'all can see the screen? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see the screen. Y'all can see the screen? All right, cool. Let's run it off the TikTok real quick. We just scrolling because I like to I like to do this. Now, some things may not relate, some things going to relate, but I like to scroll and make it highly relatable, right? I like to make it highly relatable. This is live, so why not implement what's really going on in real life, right? So let's stream. Let's stream. Let's scroll and stream at the same time. Watch this.
Broken her silence to slam the public lynching of her son in the shadow of his sex trafficking indictment and more than 100 sexual misconduct allegations. In a bid to defend her son, Janice Smalls Combs revealed in a statement that, to bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Diddy's mom has broken her silence to slam the public lynching of her son in the shadow of his sex trafficking indictment.
Diddy's mum has spoken out after the latest developments in his case, saying he's not a monster and the allegations are lies. A reminder, Sean Combs was arrested on charges of sex trafficking and racketeering last month. Diddy's lawyers denied the charges on his behalf, saying they're false and defamatory. His ex, Cassie Ventura, accused him of rape and abuse last year, which he denied, and her civil claim against him was settled out of court. 12 other women have since sued him, many accusing him of drugging and assaulting them. And then, after a raid on his house in March, authorities built a criminal case against him. A video was later leaked to the press of Diddy physically assaulting Cassie in a hotel in 2016. Although he initially denied abuse, he later apologized and took full responsibility for his actions in the video. And now he faces potential lawsuits from more than 100 people of alleged sexual assault, rape, and sexual exploitation. Diddy's mum says he's made mistakes in the past, as we all have, but that he's not the monster they've painted him out to be. Janice Small Combs also said it was agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions. Janice argued that one lie, referencing the hotel abuse, didn't mean he was guilty of all the other repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Diddy's mum has spoken.
I love you too.
Now, this is the part right here that kind of threw me to the left, right? This is the part right here that kind of threw me to the left, because what is your mother doing on the IV therapy drip drip with you at the same time? What happened last night? Leave your thoughts down below. What y'all think happened last night? Or is it safe to say what happened last summer? Or how about just a week ago? It gets vicious, don't it? Now, first of all, you so old to be kissing your mother on the lips. That's red flag number one.
Mine freshly dipped though.
Y'all see the white nails, right? I see the white nails.
Love you too.
Let's run it back. Y'all see the white nails right there? That's those Frenchies, right? Y'all heard what Cassie said about that, right? Something just ain't right. Something just ain't right.
Janice Combs has always been more than just Diddy's mother. She's a powerhouse in her own right, celebrated for her spirit and strength. But as Diddy finds himself entangled in serious legal issues, the skeletons in Janice's closet threaten to break free. What dark secrets have been hidden beneath her brave facade? Watch this video as we dig through Janice's complex past.
Do you guys remember back in February when Diddy was unloading a lot of his assets to his mom and daughters and things of that nature? His mom, allegedly, but his mom might be in the Cayman Islands with, a lot of his properties. I saw a video circulating the internet that we haven't seen a mugshot of P. Diddy either, and we haven't. So what's that about? You know what I'm saying? Is he really in prison? Is it a clone? Is it a lookalike? Is it somebody that they make, paid to get fake plastic surgery? You know what I'm saying?
Man, this is wild. He do have the money to do it, though. I never thought about it like this. Have y'all ever seen a mugshot of him? Have anyone in the chat ever seen a mugshot of him? Have you ever seen a mugshot of Diddy? Now, billionaires, they play one hell of a game. What if he do have a clone or two? Hypothetically, allegedly, supposedly. If you have Hank, and I know something's about to draw down on me, and I already want to escape, wouldn't I send somebody else there instead of me? But the narrative and the media is going to assume that it's me. Man, this is a wicked world. What y'all think? Let me know. kind of far-fetched, a little bit to the conspiracy theories, but I want to know what y'all think. I really want to know what y'all think.
And while he roaming around free, looking different, they got somebody looking like him in his place. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But allegedly, he was unloading things back in February and March, y'all. So for him not to have a mugshot, for them to be switching judges, for all of this thing to be taking off as long as it's taken, but also moving as fast as it's moving, shows me some of this stuff might actually be premeditated. But again, we have no actual solid evidence to this. I don't want to draw certain conclusions that I can't necessarily prove, you know what I'm saying, based on pre-existing information. But the fact that there's no mugshot, the fact that he was unloading off, money into offshore accounts, his mom's in the Caymans, I speculated that he could just disappear, take some rich American items to a third world country or a country where our money is worth 10 times more, and he can live like a king anonymously for the rest of his life. So where's P. Diddy? Somebody let Homeland, security know.
I never made that connection. Whoa. I ain't make that connection. Y'all. That's something to think about. Let me stop sharing the screen. I want to do another little video, right? Leave them thoughts down below. Y'all think that that's not really Diddy? It's a duplicate? If he already offshored everything months in advance, did he hit him with the take that again ×2? Did Loretta like, oh, they think that that's me? Have bees. Big B's, and they think that that's me. Not knowing that I can resurface my face. I can look like somebody else tomorrow morning. All of them get surgery. Damn, I ain't never think about it like that. Leave your thoughts down below. I want to know what y'all really think. That's something to think about. That's something to think about. That's something to talk about. That's all those things, right? That's something to think about. That's something to talk about.
Former
That's all
music
those
producer for.
right? I wanted to show y'all this video coming up too. Watch this. This is Law and Crime. Let me know if y'all can see it. Y'all can see the video? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see the video. Put a 2 in the chat. Okay. All right, y'all can see it. All right. Let's get it on.
Sean Diddy Combs worked on his latest album with him, suing him for sex trafficking and sexual assault and harassment. Well, they filed new court documents, and included in those documents was an unsworn declaration from Jones himself, detailing more things he saw, heard, experienced during his time working and basically living with Combs. And in this 18-page declaration, it starts with a promise that he's telling the truth. Quote, I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth herein, which I know to be true and correct, and if called upon to testify as a witness, I could and would completely testify thereto. Now, he's declaring all of this under threat of perjury. So if he's lying, that's a big deal. Now, if you ask me, I think one of the reasons Jones is doing this is to bolster his credibility because it's come under attack in the public. As we mentioned, some of the people that he mentioned in his lawsuit have fired back against those allegations. Opposing counsel questioned his narratives and motives. So this is an opportunity for him to tell the court, look, I have the receipts. I can back up what I'm saying. I will testify about this. So there are a lot of details that he provides, including background and how he got linked up with and started working for Diddy. And we already covered a lot of that in his complaint on previous sidebars. But according to Jones, he has hundreds of hours of video of Combs in his inner circle. He says that Combs required him to film constantly because he did not like to repeat himself. He said, quote, I quickly learned that from observing him lose his temper with his staff and family if they failed to remember something he said a day or two prior. Jones lists out crimes that he says he saw happen in real time. Quote, I witnessed the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine.
Whoa. Let me repeat. Let's read. This man said, can y'all read with me? It's highlighted. I witnessed the acquisition, use, and distribution of ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, which is also what was found in the baby oil. Ketamine, that's to sedate somebody. I guess that when they taking this and they taking that, they won't feel to take this and take that. Marijuana and mushrooms. I witnessed Mr. Combs display and distribute unregistered illegal firearms. Now, this is allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. So what the hell was he just a drug? They say allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, him and Diddy, not him and Diddy, Jay-Z and Diddy was part of the drug ring. Witnesses Mr. Combs provide laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at the homes in California, New York, and Virginia Islands. And the Virgin Islands and Florida. I witnessed Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Coram, instruct the staff to retrieve drugs so she could provide them to Mr. Combs for his consumption. So he had runners, he had track stops. All right. This getting wicked, ain't it?
GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and mushrooms. I witnessed Mr. Combs display and distribute unregistered illegal firearms. I witnessed Mr. Combs provide laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his homes in California, New York, the Virgin Islands, and Florida. I witnessed Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Christina Coram, instruct the staff to retrieve drugs so she could provide them to Mr. Combs for his consumption. And then Jones also talks about that alleged assault that he witnessed on Combs' chartered yacht. You remember when we covered this, that Jones's attorneys had filed a separate civil action against Combs' son, Christian King Combs, on behalf of a woman named Grace O'Markey. She was a steward on the yacht. Remember, and Combs had chartered that yacht for the Christmas holiday in 2022. So according to the declaration, Jones, quote, witnessed Christian Combs drug and sexually assault a stewardess while we were on the yacht Mr. Combs rented in St. Bartholomew, St. Martin, and the Virgin Islands. The assault began in the makeshift studio on the yacht while I was recording Christian Combs' auto-tunes rapping. Again, we talked more in depth about that lawsuit in another sidebar episode. O'Markey claims that Christian gave her a spiked drink, touched her all over her body without her permission, and tried to force her to perform oral sex on him. And she had to actually fight him off. Now, the next part of this declaration.
Now, that's wild. Is it like father, like son? Allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly? Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Is this Diddy's in?
Declaration from Mr. Jones is absolutely fascinating. It reads, quote, I have videos of Mr. Combs and me working out on the treadmill with TD Jakes playing on the monitor. We watch TD Jakes' sermons every morning during our workout.
And y'all know about TD Jakes. That's why I tell y'all about these. I tell y'all about these schools and churches. I keep telling y'all about these schools and churches. They've been infiltrated a long, long time ago. But let's continue. Wow to me.
At first, I thought it was admirable that Mr. Combs listened to sermons while working out until I realized he was not studying the message. He was studying the messenger's mannerisms. During our gym sessions, he detailed how he planned to leverage his relationship with Bishop T.D. Jakes to soften the impact on his public image of Cassie Ventura's pending lawsuit. Remember, Ventura had filed a lawsuit against Combs back in 2023 for sexual assault and sex trafficking, but she ended up settling with Combs the day after it was filed. So Jones also goes into detail about what he said happened at this so-called writers camp at Chalice Recording Studios. You may recall that in his lawsuit, he claims he witnessed a shooting there and that Combs allegedly tried to cover up his involvement. He writes, quote, Mr. Combs converted the parking lot of Chalice Recording Studios into a makeshift nightclub. He had everything imaginable there, including a full-service bar, a massage spa, and hookah. Mr. Combs required everyone working on the Love album to take laced shots of De Leon tequila. There was no way to tell him no. Mr. Combs.
Another thing I figured out, right? See, it's the same thing that clubs do. This is what clubs do. You ever been to a club and some type of violent act happened at the club or some form of establishment or whatever, and they shut the club down. They let the media died down for a second as far as saying what's going on in the club or whatever, right? And then a couple of weeks later, or a month later, whatever the time strain could be, they would then change the name of the club. But it's the same people running it though. So why do people change their name? Now I get it in life, you're supposed to reinvent yourself frequently, right? And there's nothing wrong with reinventing yourself. But Love, he changed his name to Mr. Love or Love from Diddy. With Sean Combs, P. Diddy, now it's Love. To me, that's sus to me. That's red flag to me. That's just me though. Let me know what y'all think. What's y'all thoughts on it? That's just me. Sus to me. But let's continue.
Felt anyone who refused to drink with him was suspicious and untrustworthy. At the time, I did not realize that he used the laced shots of alcohol to obtain and maintain control over the person consuming the alcohol. And of course, the lawsuits against Combs have accused him of sex trafficking, and that is allegedly what the Homeland Security investigation into him is tied to, a trafficking operation. Remember, his properties in LA and Miami were raided by Homeland Security agents 2 weeks ago. Jones continues in the declaration with, quote, "Throughout the duration of my time living with Mr. Combs, I personally witnessed Mr. Combs order his staff to bring him drugs and sex workers. This was a common occurrence, and he was never told no. During this time, I was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs. Unbeknownst to me, Mr. Combs had hidden cameras and audio devices in all of the rooms of his homes. I only discovered this several months into living with him when I had to pick up my Uber Eats delivery from the security office."
I guess he had to make sure that he had some form of insurance. It's called insurance on you. Just in case you go haywire. He like, well, you know what? I just caught you a week ago. I seen what you just did. Yes, I provided everything to do what you had to do, allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, but I got you on candy camera as well. My God, this man's vicious. He need to open up his own insurance policy. He needs to open up his own insurance policy because this man's wicked. But let's continue. Let's continue. Smash that like button, tell a friend, and tell a friend. We're going to cover this whole thing because someone told me to go through these videos, right? And this right here is Law and Crime Sidebar, right? We're going to leave the link down below so y'all can go check that video out too, right? But we're going to dissect it. We're going to react to it. Let me know what y'all think about it. Let me know what's going on. It's about 11:30 on this side, right? I've been streaming for about an hour, but we're going to run it up another little 40 minutes. By 12 o'clock, 12:30, I'm off of this, right? They said the game come on at 1, so let's see what the game's about. Y'all can check me out on my other sports channel. I'll leave the link down below for that as well. But let's get it, though. Let's get it. Smash that like button, tell a friend, and tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. We're just having a healthy discussion. Can we talk about it? I just want to talk about it. Run it.
Usually, the security would bring my food deliveries to me whenever I was in Mr. Combs' home, but at this point, I was close and familiar with the security, so they called me to their room and told me I could go in and retrieve my food myself. I saw 4 to 6 large flat-screen television monitors at the time.
My God.
Each monitor had at least 20 to 30 little screens in them. Each screen was a view of a room in and surrounding Mr. Combs' home. Remember, Jones claims that he was sex trafficked, and if there is videos of this and that's presented at a trial, that is significant evidence to say the least.
It's one hell of it.
Now, Jones even listed out the document dates when he says he was forced to solicit sex workers for Combs. He also names a celebrity that we haven't really referenced yet.
Y'all see who that is? I think everybody in on it. Allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. That's Chris Brown. Now, I knew his blonde hair threw me off. I always thought he was a little bit on the other side, but they tell me he's a big B. But you got a lot of people on the other side that's gangsters as well. Smash that like button if you agree. You got a lot of people that's part of the LGBTQ LGBTP community that might blow you up. That ain't ever stopped nobody. That's all I'm saying. But still, French fries are French fry. Magneto, look. A fagnito is always a fagnito. You can't change that. You know, that's just allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, right? Because we don't know what's really going on, but it seems like all the Hollywood stars are falling. What? All the execs are stepping down? I don't believe in coincidences, do you? Let me know what y'all think. Leave them thoughts down below. Let me know what you think.
Chris Brown. Yeah, quote, on July 2nd, 2023, Mr. Combs had a listening party in his California home. There were a lot of people present at this party, including Chris Brown, Justin Combs, sex workers, and some underage girls.
That's the part that I don't like right there. The underage girls part. Now, adults gonna be adults, right? We all know there's escort services, it's this, is that, it's OnlyFans. You know, the price of box is actually, due to inflation, the price of box is actually going down. You can get box for whatever. Some people pay to play, some people don't pay at all, right? But my problem is the underage girls. Now, I don't know this to be true or not. So this is all allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, right? But Aaliyah was underage, wasn't she? A lot of people send their kids off to these people's homes, and I want to know what's going on with the parents. That's what pisses me off. Some parents are literally selling their kids for the monies. Let me repeat. They're selling their kids for the monies, knowing that you're supposed to be there with your child no matter what. You had him and now you want to take care of him? Where they do that at? That's the part that I don't like, the underage part. I don't like that part. Now, adults, y'all are responsible, accountable for your own action. If you want to do a freak off or sleep off, if you want to get chitty bang bang chain rain on you, that's on you. You decide to do all of that. Now, if you was persuaded or drugged to do all of that, I'm not in agreement with that either. But some, I believe, wasn't even persuaded. They just wanted to do these things because they wanted to do these things. And they was willing to do whatever. I was told people do something strange for a little bit of change. And if the man got a big B, they probably willing to do whatever. They probably following him, his footsteps. I'm just saying, though. Just put a little twist on it. I just want the people to think. Because he's guilty, but they're guilty too for being there as well. Can we talk about it? Sidebar.
Justin Combs would typically bring the younger women to these parties. I have 2 videos of 2 different sex workers that Justin Combs brought with him to Chalice Recording Studios. I can provide the videos to the court. This event began at 7 p.m. Mr. Combs requested female sex workers and required me to solicit them. An hour later, several sex workers appeared. In addition to sex workers, there were at least 5 women in the crowd who appeared to be under the age of 16.
What?
Mr. Combs forced all the attendees to drink laced De Leon liquor.
I wanted to get another side note too, right? Because peep game. Y'all know LeBron's wife, right? She got a podcast, right? Which I don't know what the hell you doing on a podcast or creating your own little lane, your own little money when you're dealing with a billionaire. But I guess he's like, hey, do what you want to do. But LeBron was at them parties too. So I begin to think, and the wife is just totally disrespectful. Told this man, look, don't address me as your wife, big dog. I said, whoa. I said, who's she talking to like that? I guess the money don't matter. It's the man behind the money that do. See, the money don't matter. It's the man behind the money that do. This is how I know this is true. You can have Hank. You can have M&Ms. You can have B's, right? You can have commas. You can have a whole bunch of commas, right? But if she don't respect you, she don't respect you. Now, if you paying for her respect, my God, who's the pimp there? This woman told this man, don't address me as your wife. So what is it that she know? Same thing with Jada and Will Smith. What is it that they know? Allegedly, hypothetically, y'all think that LeBron and Will Smith was getting their back blown out? I don't know, because if your wife and them, they know something that y'all don't know. It's hard to respect a man that been over for another man. It's hard to respect that man as a man. It's hard to go up Brokeback Mountain and think you're not gonna come back changed as a man. I don't care how good you play, how well you play. Now they talking about Kevin Hart allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. I already was an industry plan anyway. I think Cat was right. They say the cat's out of the bag, ain't that right? Smash that like button if you agree. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning, this is not the end. We're gonna uncover and discover some ish over here. Sidebar, side note. Let me know what y'all think. Scribble down below. I really want to know what you thought about this one.
I believe Mr. Combs laced the liquor with ecstasy. I have personally witnessed his staff members, Brendan Paul and Moy Bawn, lace alcohol with ecstasy. And we remember Brendan Paul was actually arrested on drug charges during.
That's, to me, that's one of the peoples that got everybody bagged at. Everybody got caught. They mule. Well, at least one of their mules. Allegedly, hypothetically, I heard Carisha Please was another mule as well. Allegedly, she was on the jets, going to Bora Bora, bringing them things back in, bringing them things through, you know. So, and it's not funny. We just gotta have some humor here, right? We just gotta have some humor here. That's why I'm switching the lingo up in the language. Sidebar.
During the raid on Diddy's properties.
I know.
Jones continues, quote, "The presence of what I perceived to be underage women made me very uncomfortable. I attempted to leave, and Mr. Combs forced me to stay. I had my car keys in my book bag. I have never lost my keys, and Mr. Combs went so far as to take my car keys to prevent me from leaving.
Damn.
After being forced to drink laced De Leon shots, I began feeling lightheaded, and I passed out. I remember waking up at 4 a.m. the following morning, naked with a sex worker sleeping next to me." In his complaint, Jones had previously mentioned a similar event and describes it in this declaration as well, writing, quote, "On February 2nd, 2023, I believe Mr. Combs drugged me. I remember waking up naked, dizzy, and confused. I was in bed with 2 sex workers and Mr. Combs.
What?
I also recall aimlessly wandering around the house with no clothes on. I have photos of the sex workers sleeping on the bed the morning after. I can provide it to the court if necessary." And from there, Jones explains in this declaration some of the things he says that Combs offered him, which is important in a sex trafficking case, that you were transported over state lines, forced to perform sex acts, and were promised something of value. That's the commercial element of commercial sex acts. Quote, "Mr. Combs promised me many things to entice me to continue engaging in his sex trafficking operation. On multiple occasions, we discussed winning Grammys for the Love album. He promised I would win the Grammy for Producer of the Year for the Love album."
So basically, he got the ties. Eric Adam gave him the keys to the city anyway. So he got the ties. He probably got so much dirt on everybody that he got the people that own the Grammys and everything else. All of them was at his party. So he like, look, what I say kind of go. I'm sure people was probably scared of this man because it's like, look, what I say go. If it don't go, you want to get exposed? Exposure, please. Y'all know I got all these cameras in my house. Exposure. All y'all was there. Exposure. And y'all kept coming back, obviously. Exposure. Did y'all like it? Or did y'all like the money that came with it? So everybody doing something strange for a little bit of change. Men and women. Oh, I see. Smash that like button if you see. Allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. I see. Oh.
He offered me $250,000 to purchase all the instruments I wanted.
Ooh,
He promised me ownership of his $20 million property, One Star Island in Miami, Florida. He promised to give me access to record label executives. And from there, Jones gives more details about an alleged assault that happened in Miami. He says that while using the restroom, young Miami's cousin burst into the bathroom and began groping him. Quote, "I honestly believe that Mr. Combs sent her in."
Did they say young Miami's cousin? Everybody involved in allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. Young Miami Ain't that who with what's this lady name? Hey, who Young Miami with? Ain't she with Carisha, please? And she tried to distance herself away from all of these things, right? But that was her cousin though. So we're not gonna say that she was involved, but hey, they do got that show together. That show cost some monies. I know they ain't put up their own cheddar, their own cheese. What y'all think? What y'all think? Who network was they on? Revolt? Don't Diddy own Revolt? Oh nah, he took it out of his name and gave it to his sons or daughters or his mother, right? He took everything out of his name. Basically saying, take this, take that, don't touch me. This man lethal. Bad boy for real, I guess. Bad boy for real, I guess. Smash that like button, tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Let's get it. Sidebar.
There to sexually assault me as I could hear him and the other guest laughing outside the door. As she entered the bathroom, she dropped to her knees and began performing oral sex on my exposed penis. I pushed her away and exited the bathroom. Young Miami's cousin did not accept my rejection and followed me out of the bathroom. She started undressing in front of everyone and attempted to straddle me and have sex with me in the presence of Mr. Combs and his staff. They were all laughing. Jones also talked about Combs' sometimes violent personality. Quote, Mr. Combs often switched his approach to force me to obey and comply with his demands. On multiple occasions, he would threaten me with physical harm. Mr. Combs threatened to eat my face and informed me that he was willing to kill his mother to get what he wanted so he wouldn't think twice about harming me. That is something that we heard in the prior complaint as well. Quote, Mr. Combs would also make me work out of this bedroom whenever he had gang members and drug dealers visit him. I have witnessed Mr. Combs hand out guns from the hidden room in his bedroom closet. I've witnessed known gang members at his home in LA and Miami be paid from the stacks of cash he has in the hidden room in his bedroom closet. Jones says that Combs was very aware of the power he had and made sure that everyone around him.
Oh, this man was a gangster too. This man was a gangster too. So everybody coming to his house for the guns, allegedly, supposedly, and the drugs? Oh, nah. This is bigger than Diddy, y'all. This is bigger than Diddy. The United States government is probably involved with this one. Allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly. This is 10 times bigger than the Riddler. Because how long was they doing this for? 30 years? Yeah, y'all, I don't think y'all really understand what's going on. They say 30 years. He barked up the wrong tree when he tried to sue Diageo. Diageo gave him a settlement 2-3 months before that in January. By March, they start marching and Cassie got sick on him. I said, oh, I see the play. I see the play. But he got dirt on everybody. That's the play too. And not only that, you can buy all of these things that he's talking about, right? Every couple of weeks, he drops something on the dark web. You got to pay $500,000, $1 million. People are paying these things, bidding on these things to get these tapes offline. But once it's online, it's online. And you think they go into his house and just take his little tapes that he had, like that's all he had. They call something, it's called, you got hard drive, right? You got something called the cloud, right? Let me show y'all how this goes. They got something called hard drive, no Diddy, and they got something called the cloud, right? When you lose your iPhone or whatever, what happens? And you upload and you backed everything up. Where does the data go? To the cloud, correct? Right? So you don't think that he got cloud technologies on where these things are at as well, thinking that, hey, you can get these little physical copies, right? But did y'all know that everything has actually been uploaded as well? He's selling these things on the dark internet. Ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha, ha. That's the only thing you could say. Bad Boy Records. Wicked with it. Very strategic. Who taught him how to play chess? Now, I'm not condoning anything that he's doing now. I'm not saying that. But we're just looking at it for what it is. You got these people trying to play with him because of the liquor thing with De Leon. Y'all supposed to make sure that he had some agave plants grown so he can get his tequila. Y'all want to give that to George Clooney instead. That's why everybody drinking Casamigo. And he like, hold up. Diddy was supposed to be before Casamigo. How y'all gonna jump line on me? That's a little bit racist. He got pissed. He said, okay, cool. I'm gonna sue y'all and I got leverage on y'all. You know, America not doing that as far as the supremacy go. But at least someone is challenging the supremacy. At least one's challenging the supremacy. Because generally those that do, they get beheaded. Right? All the greats that do, from the Marcus Garveys to the Bob Marleys, right? They get beheaded for challenging the supremacy. But this one had a different approach. He had a bad boy approach. He had a street tactical approach. I'm just saying, not agreeing with everything that he's doing, but I'm just saying, the man's smarter than he looks. Grab a book. That's all I'm saying. The man is smarter than he look. Go read a book. Go read a book.
I knew it too. Quote, throughout my time living with Mr. Combs, he made it very clear that he did not spend his money on anything. He made it clear that he had partnerships and relationships with very powerful individuals and organizations, and these individuals and organizations funded his lifestyle. And then the declaration from Jones also rebuts claims by Universal Music Group, a defendant in his lawsuit. Jones writes, quote, my counsel informed me that UMG claims that they did not pay for sex workers or sponsored any of the club love parties or the right.
Oh, this ties into the UMG, Universal Music Group. Crange, what was his name? Oh, I see why Drake stepped down too. Because they was going to climb up his ladder. It makes sense when you're trying to connect the dots. Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Why all these execs step down? I don't believe in coincidences. Why did they all step down? As if they knew this was happening. Why did they all step down? Somebody leave them answers down below. I really want to know. Sidebar.
Writers' camp. These claims are contradicted by the reality I saw with my own eyes. There were employees of UMG and Motown present at the writers' camp, at listening parties and after parties. I was told by Mr. Combs they were there, and I saw them there. Mr. Combs told me they were scouting for talent. As it pertains to the sex workers, they also paid for them. I have several videos of the Chalice recording studio sessions, as well as in-home recording sessions, and there are sex workers and producers in the studio. The sex workers in these videos were the only individuals paid. So again, this is his account, right? If he backs it up by receipts, photos, screenshots, it's important. It's important. And these are very, very serious claims. And now he's doubling down on this court filing, saying that in this unsworn declaration that he can prove it. Now, I will tell you that Jones, he also provides multiple photos in the lawsuit of men and women inside a recording studio. Jones claims that the women in these photos are sex workers. And the declaration goes on to talk about the bragging that Combs allegedly did to Jones, that he lists out several stories Combs allegedly told him. Quote, Mr. Combs bragged about having Daphne Joy, the child mother of a competing rapper, on payroll as one of his sex workers. I have a video of Mr. Combs on a massage table receiving a massage from a professional masseuse while Daphne Joy is giving him a foot massage. Mr. Combs bragged about shooting a woman in the face in 1999 in New York City and getting away with it. He bragged about departed attorney Johnny Cochran's savvy legal skills and ability.
Oh, nah. And the lady did say that he shot her right in the face. And no one ain't never believe her. That's why Jaguar Wright coming up now, it's like, Jay-Z, she just checkmated you. You suing somebody instead of suing her, because you know if you sue her directly, it's called a discovery. They're going to dig deep into your past and your future. But to me, you, allegedly, hypothetically, you are the police. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. That's all I'm saying. Diddy father was an FBI agent as well. Whoop, whoop. It's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. Police. Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. Sidebar. Sidebar.
Ability to pay off the witnesses through private investigators and other third parties. He bragged about having Jennifer Lopez carrying his gun into the club the night of the shooting, and the fact that he had so much power and influence over.
I'm still Jenny from the block. I used to have a little, now I have a lot. These lyrics hit different now. My God, I'm about to just start listening to all the songs again. I'm gonna sit down and pre on it and just listen to these songs, because now that we have all these things, we can see what these songs mean. Now Jenny is with Ben Affleck, and this man is miserable. Blah, 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 blah. This man is miserable. Why is he miserable? Because he probably married a thought, y'all. He like, what? You get half of my money? Who sent you? Slam the door? All that. He don't want to hold the door for no nothing. Because as a man, if you feeling disrespected, why would you want to do anything for a woman? And come to find out she was part of the sex rank? Allegedly, hypothetically, supposedly, or she was playing cover up? How did she get into all the movies, though? Y'all ever wondered that? If Diddy could make this happen, if he could make this happen, if he could take this and he can take that, then what y'all think is really going on? If you don't go through the man, you can't be the man. God, that's wicked. Hollywood, you can keep it. I don't want it. You can keep it. You read it.
At the time, he bragged about getting Shine to take the heat for the shooting, and the fact that he paid Shine through a record deal with his good friend L.A. Reid. And it doesn't end there, because he also says that, quote, Mr. Combs also informed me that only poor people pay taxes. He shared that it is a common practice in the music industry to wire money from anonymous accounts overseas. This way, if there is ever a need to take care of a problem, it would never be traced back to him. These accounts were in Germany. At the very end of the document, Jones says, quote, I could share other things, but I do not feel comfortable putting them in this document. I will be willing to discuss them with the court under seal to preserve my Fifth Amendment rights. Now, a lot to take in there. This just doubles down my belief that he is a cooperating witness with the government in this potential criminal investigation. I have to believe it. And if he is one of the witnesses that's cooperating and federal authorities raided these properties, they have to be taking what he's saying is true, and maybe they're corroborating what he is saying through evidence that was seized from Combs' properties. Okay, so a lot to take in, but we also want to tell you quickly about a new letter that Jones' attorney filed with the court after accusations that this attorney was being too salacious with his court filings. I'm talking about Tyrone Blackburn. He's one of the lawyers representing Rodney Jones and Grace O'Markey in their lawsuits against Sean Combs, Christian Combs, and others. United States District Court Judge for the Southern District of New York, Denise Coate, submitted a referral to the New York Federal Court Grievance Committee claiming that issues with Blackburn in 5 cases. She wrote, quote, significant resources have been spent by judges of the court and defendants named in actions he has filed to address glaring deficiencies in his filings. A referral to this court's grievance committee is warranted. She goes on to write, a reasonable inference from Blackburn's pattern of behavior is that he improperly files cases in federal court to garner media attention, embarrass defendants with salacious allegations, and pressure defendants to settle quickly. Indeed, his submissions to this court have been rife with disturbing allegations against the defendants and defense counsel. Now, other lawyers have also criticized Mr. Blackburn as well. Combs' attorney Sean Hawley alleged that Blackburn ignored exonerating evidence, writing, quote, our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones' attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them. Then, attorneys for UMG, Universal Music Group, one of the defendants who are also being sued by Rodney Jones for their alleged participation and facilitation of the abuse and trafficking claimed by Jones. They argued, UMG, that the claims presented by Jones were, quote, so offensively false. One of those lawyers, Donald Sakarin, said, quote, A license to practice law is a privilege. Mr. Blackburn, plaintiff's lawyer, has misused that license to self-promote, gratuitously, falsely, and recklessly accusing the UMG defendants of criminal behavior. Well, Mr. Blackburn is firing back. He is not taking that lying down. No, he wrote a letter to Judge J. Paul Oetken, a judge for the Southern District of New York, where Jones' lawsuit against Combs is currently filed. And he begins by saying, quote, "At the onset, I apologize for wasting the court's time by having to read a letter that has nothing to do with the matters before your honor." He goes on to say that the defendants have, quote, "decided to scrummage through Pacer," that, by the way, is the online court record, "in search of anything to distract and deflect from the blatantly obvious fact that they cannot defend their actions as it relates to their business."
Let me give y'all some facts. Y'all know that UMG, right? Y'all know that UMG owns most of the music that we listen to. Let me repeat. Most of the music that's on Apple, that's on iTunes, y'all know the Universal Music Group owns the majority of those catalogs, right? Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay attention. We're going to connect more than 4 around here. Smash that like button if you agree. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Sidebar.
This partnership with Sean Combs. He continued, quote, "I do not improperly file cases in federal court to garner media attention, embarrass defendants with salacious allegations, and pressure defendants to settle quickly. I gain no benefit from filing cases in federal court over state court, and I am not an ambulance-chasing attorney who lives in front of a camera. Before filing any case, I always provide an opportunity for private resolution. If this case cannot be resolved privately, then I file. I do not pursue media attention. With this case alone, I have been inundated with invitations to appear on television shows, podcasts, and radio shows, both nationally and internationally, and I have rejected them all." Then he says this, bold and underlined, quote, "Although I pick my clients, I do not pick their facts. If a client comes to me with a complaint of sexual assault and she or he has evidence to support their claims, it is my duty to include all materials relied upon in drafting the complaint into the pleading." And then he cites some case law to support that. But remember, one of the things that we called out in the complaint is how there were these screenshots of videos, photos, copies of text, receipts for trips, and so forth. Blackburn goes on to end the letter with, quote, "Finally, a referral is not a sanction. My pleadings in this district have consistently comported with the standard established pursuant to Rule 8 of the FRCP and the standard established by the Second Circuit Court of Appeals. If defendants are concerned about having a salacious claim filed against them, they should not engage in salacious acts. It was the defendant's choice to enter a general business partnership with Sean Combs, which funded his sex trafficking operation." Now, while neither Combs nor his sons have been arrested or criminally charged with respect to this investigation, many analysts that we have spoken to believe it is only a matter of time before that happens. Okay. We have this lawsuit from...
Let me give y'all an update. Combs have been charged. Well, he still got to go to court. We don't know if he's pleading guilty or innocent. Most likely he's going to plead not guilty. Right? So, but his kids, I don't think they summoned to court or anything along that nature. We're going to give y'all an update. But the son, to me, he's talking way too much, making all types of songs. If you say Diddy one more time, I'm going to make sure your life gone. I said, God damn, the apple don't fall far from the tree. That's his son, all right?
Grace or Mark. And before we even get into the details of it, there is a question now of what is happening with this. Why do I say that? Because the filing was not on the court system's docket. According to the Washington Post, O'Markey's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, said that it had to be taken down after an unfiled version of the complaint was published by the media. So I don't know what to take away from that. If that means that what we reviewed last week wasn't supposed to be seen, not sure. But assuming this lawsuit does move forward, there is a lot to break down in it. Okay, first off, I have to say, now that I have the paperwork in...
You know what that means? Someone's pulling strings. I told y'all Diageo, right, owns most of the spirit that you drink. Means the alcohol, the beverage that you like. I haven't drank alcohol since last year. My birthday is December 2nd. So on December 2nd of this year, it will be 1 complete year of me not drinking anything. Yay, yay, yay. Hooray, hip, hip, hooray to me. Yay, yay, yay. Hip, hip, hooray to me. I'm just showing y'all that I got willpower and everything else. Plus, when I want to get somewhere, I want to get something, I have to sacrifice, right? That's all part of it. When you sacrifice things, you lose things. You may lose friends. You may lose people with a different ideology of this is that. We can get them back, you know? We can get them back, especially if you're on the pursuit of becoming the best. What I mean, the best version of oneself, right? Understand that. That's your mission. That's one of your purpose on earth as well. Become the best. So I read and I understood that it takes entirely 6 months to a year for alcohol to get out of your system. Let me repeat, 6 months to a year. I don't care if you casually drink. I don't care if you took a little sip, a shot. I don't even care if you drink on the weekends. Because I used to drink on the weekends, XYZ, right? But, you know, I used to rip and run the streets too. So I used to drink whenever I want. You make as much money as you wanted to. You do whatever you want. To the point I was like, at a certain point in life, you got to turn into the right direction and upgrade yourself. Get some skills. Get yourself some assets, some investments, you know, slow the BS down. Do you lose people along the journey? Can somebody say, hell yeah? But is it for the better? Can somebody say, hell yeah? So at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. But at the same time, let's weave it back, like Trump would say. You got to weave it back to connect the dots. So Diageo, as you know, they own most of the spirits that you like to consume, right? Or the alcoholic beverages, right? So with that being said, the spirits and the alcoholic beverages you like to consume, they actually owns the courts as well, which means they own the system. These are billionaires, right? These are billionaire supremacy leaders, XYZ. So they own the actual laws, okay? They can bend, create it, erase it, take it back, moonwalk on the laws. They can do whatever they want to do. So why did we have this evidence before time? Leaked, WikiLeaked. They're trying to create a narrative. That's all I'm saying. Like I say, the Cassie video happened almost 12 years ago, 10 years ago. My question is, why are we talking about this now? We behind the 8 ball, people. This could be another distraction. The other day I told you I seen 2 moons outside off the late night. How did 2 moons get in the sky? How? It's some things that's happening up there and I'm like, oh, are we paying attention to what's going on down here? Big things are going up there. I said, not only big things are going up there, right? Check out Bitcoin. Check out the crypto. Check out the assets. Check out the cashless society. Check out the rules. Check out the oceans. Check out all these goddamn storms. Back to back to back. Check it out. But yet we worried about Medea. Medea is done. The media is done. It's over with. Why you think YouTube winning? Smash that like button if you agree. That's over with. But anyway, it's about 12:05. I told y'all I was going to stream for about an hour and a half to 2 hours right now. Smash that like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I just wanted to make sure that y'all can connect more than 4. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit that email. If you would like to be generous or buy me a coffee, I don't drink coffee. How about a tea or some herbs? Like, you know, I've been taking moringa every day. And I'm telling y'all, look at me. Look at me. Looking good, feeling good, all of that. I'm just saying, moringa every day keeps the pain away. I'm telling you, right? It's better than any vitamins that you would take. So I'm just sharing y'all a couple of my journeys of what I'm doing and what I'm going through. And it's for the best, right? Nonetheless. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Tell a friend and tell a friend. This is the beginning. This is not the end. Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula, right? And remember, positivity over negativity always. Peace.